We started talking about differential privacy in the previous video. In this video, we are going to try and compare it with anonymization with more details, see at what stage anonymization is not enough, and in what cases you should overlook anonymization and look towards implementing differential privacy. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on data privacy. And as I said, in this video we are going to talk about differentiating differential privacy and anonymization and why only one is not enough. You have to do it more than one. Which one? Let's see. What is anonymization? Anonymization is a simple process which helps you transform data such that it becomes unidentifiable, right? Any data that you could otherwise read, you apply anonymization over it and the data becomes unidentifiable. There are many ways to do that. It is generally irreversible, and I have a couple of videos on anonymization and privacy enhancement techniques on my channel. So, an irreversible way such that the data cannot be read. Data stays there. You can use the anonymization algorithms to get the real data later on. It helps maintain sufficient utility for what? For analysis and for automatic decision making. For example, it is applied generally when you are sharing data for research. Data is going out for research. How do you do that or what do you do that? We'll come to that. Removing names and Aadhaar card or Aadhaar related identifiers from the data sets. How does it help? So you remove the names, remove the Aadhaar cards, but you provide the information that people of this gender, this age group, suffer with this particular disease, right? And you have that information of a million users. It becomes easy for the researchers to find out what gender and what age group generally gets into this kind of a disease. And this is a very small example. There could be combinations. The idea that the researcher wants is to get an idea of the gender and the age group that suffers more rather than the name of the people or the Aadhaar card of the people who are suffering right now, right? So you can retain the critical data for analysis and move on with it. Hospital, for example, removes the name of the patient from the records, but it keeps the age, the diagnostics, and maybe the city. So maybe when you have the city, maybe the disease is something which has some link with the kind of weather at that point in time. What is the weakness of anonymization? Re-identification risk. How do you re-identify? You said it is irreversible. So if there's a smaller data set or if there's a similar external information available, then the both can be clubbed and the entire information can be recreated. And there are many places where such kind of thing has happened. One such example comes from Netflix. We'll talk about it. So you understand similar patterns. Or the other smaller example that we spoke yesterday, there's a colony and you have 1,000 people and you pick up the same example that the gender and the age and the disease, right? Now, not all 1,000 people are unwell. There is lesser number of people unwell. And you get up and say that, okay, people with the age of 52, how many of them are not well? You find out only one person is unwell. And you are able to match how many people of that age are actually there in the area and compare and recreate. In a way, you are recreating the data not by making anonymization reversible, but by understanding with a combination of external data. So Netflix anonymized movie data for research purpose and they published the anonymized data. So they did not publish the name of the people who participated in the survey and gave the survey information. They just anonymized and put it on for research. What did the researchers do? They picked up the IMDb data and they started re-identifying the users and they could finally make out the list of users. So in such cases, the anonymization could be reversible, not exactly from anonymization technique, but the data could be taken out. Privacy could be breached by knowing which individual is behaving what pattern. In that case, anonymize is breakable. Then what does differential privacy do? It adds some more randomness and noise to the access of data or at the output of the data. Does not remove data points like names, etc., but just adds some noise. It helps you use the data without even knowing the user, because now there is a noise there, so you can't identify the user until you do a reverse differential kind of privacy. Therefore, the pattern re-identification is difficult and cannot be used. Apple collected a lot of data, emoji usage and typo errors. What did they do? They had that random noise in there. They were not worried about who is the user. What was their purpose? Their purpose was to see which emojis are more in use. And that's it. You get the idea of which emojis are more in use. So you create similar emojis, you get an idea of what kind of typing errors are being done. So are people going to create new kind of words like they do? I mean, a lot of people very simple. Instead of writing okay, they'll write yoke. Why yoke? Right? So sort of a new generation, new English, right? So that's how differential privacy is used. Has been used by Apple as one of the examples over here. You are not identifying the user, but you are only taking out the critical information which you wanted for research purpose. So use anonymization where you have public data set release and research. It could be reversed with some effort, like the example of Netflix and IMDb. Use differential privacy where you want it for analytics, AI training, real-time telemetry. It might compromise on accuracy sometimes, but and it's harder to apply, but it is much more stronger than normal anonymization. Anonymization is easier but weak. Differential privacy is stronger but complex. Key takeaways: don't assume that just removing the names makes it privacy, right? It can be recreated. It needs effort but can be recreated. Differential privacy is ready for future. It's a supplement, it's an add-on, good for researchers. So therefore, health tech, fintech, edtech, they should start exploring it now and make it a part of their implementation plan when they implement privacy, especially for these three industries where the data is growing and they need a lot of data for analysis for AI and automated decision making. So that's comparing differential privacy with anonymization. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon, subscribe to my channel and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.